Hey, Tiffany, guess what?
What?
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna make me feel real good.
What?
Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. So I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind? Pretending not to see their needs. A summer disregard, a broken top, and a one man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know? Because they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself. Take a look at yourself and then make that change. Make that change. That's what I think, Tiffenmeister. Know what I mean?
Yep.
First, there's thought. But thought is useless without action. Nothing in this world would be created as far as what people have invented or built or have been aware of or have become aware of without first conscious thought. So, all the thinking in the world, for the brilliant ideas perhaps, means absolutely nothing at all. Like a queen on a chessboard, the most powerful piece that isn't used at all. She just hides there. She doesn't move. There are other pieces on that chessboard on her side that need help, that need aid. And she has the power to move so many ways to aid in their team survival. But she doesn't know she can move left to right or up and down or diagonally. She doesn't know that. So instead, she just sits there. And eventually, her king is taken. The game is lost. The same can be said for life. The great true potential each player has within them, unless they are actually aware or even conscious that they are capable of more. Many of them will go about their life believing they're stupid. And in fact, they're not. They just don't believe in themselves enough. They've been told most of their lives that they would never amount to much more. And when they present something that shows that they can, they're shut down. Because so many don't want to be wrong. You have a gift inside you. You expose it. You tell other people of it. Other people can become very envious. Some of whom may even be close friends or colleagues, and they're afraid of you. They'll start messing with your job. They'll get you fired. They'll still start making false accusations. Anything they can do to make you out to seem like you're a nut. Because where you succeed, they may not. Isn't that right, Tiffany? And if you're told that you will not succeed multiple times, and you hear it enough, many times, many people believe it. And many times, given the results of that subconscious psyche coming into play, they believe it. So they don't even ever bother trying anything more in life. But when they fail the first time and it seems very difficult, they give up altogether. And I say that's a total waste. You know why that's a total waste, Tiffmeister? It's a total waste. Because you wouldn't just go to the gym and start benching 100 pounds, now would you? Why wouldn't you do that? Yeah. Why not? But other people can go in that gym and lift 100 pounds, so why can't you? Eventually. No, but a lot of people, they want you to already have that eventually part taken care of. They want you to have the experience so you can go into the gym and lift that 100 weights. So can you meet up with those demands overnight? Can you do it overnight? Does that make you a failure because you can't do it overnight? Guys, I don't mean literally overnight. Time frame is different for everybody. Isn't that right, Tiffmeister? Why is it different for everybody, Tiffmeister? It's different for everybody, for different people, because different people are exactly that. Different people with different mindsets and different capabilities. Isn't that right, Tiffmeister? So, let's see here. In life, now, you can go about life and you can break down the smallest little components, the tiniest little concepts. And you know what's fascinating about those concepts, Tiffmeister? What's fascinating about those concepts is the fact that they can relate to big aspects in life. Did you know that? Sometimes they're one and the same. So, getting back to the 100-pound example, it's something you have to practice. A lot of people, they get frustrated in the beginning of a job or a new pursuit or a new career. And they say, this is too much for me. I can't do this. Or they'll really be trying to fill out a bunch of applications for very meaningful jobs that, could give them a sense of purpose in this world. Truly. Say, yeah, I made a true difference. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, just like you wouldn't expect somebody who's never lifted weights in their life before to go in and bench 100 pounds, you wouldn't expect them to be able to do that without hurting themselves severely or even dropping the bar on their chest and having them end up going to a hospital. Because that is inevitably what will come of not practicing. The same can be said in life, whether it be studying or school or things like that. You fail your way to success is what I'm getting at. You fail your way to success. Because like I said before, I think I mentioned it in other videos, and if I didn't, well, here it is. Failure can test a man in ways that success simply cannot. Isn't that right, Tiffenmeister? Because if we were all perfect in this world, everything would come to us easily, and nothing worthwhile comes to anyone easily. And if it does, those people are usually pretty arrogant and narrow minded. Not always, but from what I've seen on a large scale, that be the case. Do you know why failure is better than success, Tiffenmeister? Failure is better than success because success cannot test a man or a woman in the ways that failure can. If you're not going to learn from your mistakes, if you were to always succeed, how would you learn from your mistakes? How would you get better? How would you feel a sense of accomplishment if you were to do that? So, when you fail at something or you struggle at something or you don't quite meet up to the bar where the others are, keep in mind that not everybody starts at the same line. There are genetics that play into it. There's environment that plays into it. Education, proper education that plays into it. But mostly your determination to strive to succeed. As long as you're working your way there, as long as you're not giving up and quitting, unless you decide that particular pursuit isn't for you, you are a success. And when it's something's not compatible with you in your life, well, then you depart without guilt or shame because it's not aligned with you for who you are. So don't get down on yourself. And where you struggle and you see other people struggle, your perception onto the world, you'll be able to relate. And that guy who succeeded, he won't be able to relate. He'll just assume that everybody's mind works like his does. But that's pretty close-minded. Isn't that right, Tiffenmeister? Yeah. So what I'm getting at, guys, is don't be a queen on a chessboard going nowhere. Be the queen that has knowledge of the board and the power of each of the pieces on the board of the opponents. The pawns, the bishops, the rooks, the king, the queen. And practice and think. And every time you make a mistake, strive to improve on that mistake. And if you've done the same thing over and over and over again, try something different and question everything. Don't just go around in this world mindlessly believing what people say without cross-examining it over long periods of time to make absolute sure before you do something or devote yourself to something that may simply not be true. You have a mind, you have a brain. I hope you're intelligent enough to use it. Isn't that right, my Tiffenmeister? Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So with that, have a good night, guys. Look at yourself in the mirror. Make that change. Like Michael Jackson says. He's like, yeah. All right, guys. Go out there. Be the smart people you are. I do not kiss ass. I do not tolerate bullshit from anybody, no matter what position I'm in. I'm in a poor position and I'm kicked down on my face, somebody wants to kick me more while I'm down there, it's not happening. I know what I'm capable of. I will strive to get there every day, and I will help as many people out as I can when I get there. Because that, not money, but providing services for others and giving others employment opportunities, real employment opportunities, so they can take care of the family and their homes without struggling, like that poor security guard I saw tonight at the movie theater. That is what will bring joy to my life, and similar situations where you go out of your way just to do the right thing and not brag about it to people. Well, that will bring you happiness. All right, guys.